Kinstas has always been a home for community and connection, and today we proudly continue that tradition. So last night was so unexpected that with the results not coming back, I didn't get the chance to share the speech that I'd hoped to be able to deliver. So if all of you here today wouldn't mind indulging me in that, I'd like to be able to share that now as Calgary's mayor-elect. Well, we did it, Calgary. We did this together. This victory doesn't belong to me. It belongs to every volunteer, every donor, every Calgarian who believed that politics could be about service, hope, and ideas that unite. To my incredible team and so many others, thank you. I look forward to thanking you in the days and weeks ahead. To your families and to mine, thank you for your patience, your love, and your strength. And to every candidate who stepped forward, thank you for caring enough to put your ideas into action. Calgary is better because of your courage. A short while ago, I was able to speak with Mayor Gondek to thank her for her years of service to our city. She's given so much to Calgary, and I look forward to building on that work. And at the end of the day, we all love this city, and that's what unites us. Today, I'm so proud to be here because I'm so proud of what we've accomplished together. Together, we shared a positive, optimistic vision for our city, one where welcoming our 2 millionth residents isn't a burden, but instead, Calgary's greatest opportunity. A vision where Calgary is the safest, most affordable, most welcoming city in Canada. And we did this thoughtfully, authentically, and together, listening to Calgarians from every walk of life to make sure that what we put forward reflected their vision too. This is the kind of city that we want, and this is the kind of city that we will be. Yesterday, Calgarians spoke loud and clear. You've chosen safe streets for our kids. You've chosen jobs that we can count on. You've chosen housing that we can afford. You've chosen optimism over cynicism. You've chosen community over division. And you've voted to reject party politics at City Hall. You've said to us that it's time to work together, not as adversaries, but as neighbors. You've chosen a city ready to lead, not just the heart of Alberta, but at the center of a strong and united Team Canada. Because when Calgary thrives, Alberta thrives, Canada thrives. When Calgary builds, when Calgary innovates, when Calgary leads, our whole province and our whole country grows stronger. That's the Calgary spirit. Bold, generous, and always forward-looking. 10 years from now, I see a Calgary that has grown in our impact, in our leadership, and in our confidence. I see neighborhoods where families can afford to live, where young people can buy or rent their first homes without leaving the city, and where seniors can age in place with dignity. I see a city where taxpayer money is respected, where every tax dollar is treated as hard-earned, where budgets are transparent, and where spending is focused on the essentials that matter most to Calgarians. I see a city where safe streets and thriving public spaces make it easier to come together, where the energy of markets, festivals, and neighborhood gatherings is part of daily life. I see transportation that works, efficient, reliable, and built with future growth in mind, so that no matter where you live, you can get to school, work, or play without the stress of congestion. I see a city where leadership has rebuilt trust, where decisions are transparent, where city councillors and the mayor work as a team, and where City Hall serves the people, not the other way around. I see Calgary as a jobs hub for the country in the next decade, where our energy fuels innovation, where tech and creative industries are thriving, and where small businesses form the backbone of a resilient economy. And above all, I see a Calgary that has not lost its heart, a city that is generous, welcoming, and proud, a city where mentorship, community, and hard work ensure every Calgarian has a path forward. That's the Calgary we will build together, starting today. Starting today, I'll begin the work of bringing this new City Council together, united, focused, and ready to serve. Because we all want the same things: safety, affordability, opportunity. Those aren't left-wing ideas or right-wing ideas. They're Calgary ideas. At City Hall, there's no left, no right, only forward, only together. So to every single Calgarian, my promise to you is simple. I will listen first, I will lead with integrity, and I will never forget who I work for, you, the people of Calgary. There's one person that I didn't have the opportunity to thank. My Granny Liz. She was the first one who first got me into public service, volunteering with our local community association. She taught me that when you serve, you belong to something bigger than yourself. And she'd be so proud of us today, not just of me, but all of us. Because together, we've built something stronger, a movement for a better Calgary. And now to every Calgarian, whether you voted for me or not, I will be your mayor. I will work alongside you, listen to you, and stand up for you every single day. This is our moment, Calgary. Our city is growing, our people are ready, and our future is bright. So thank you for your trust, your belief, and your hard work. To all of our neighbors celebrating, I wish you a happy Diwali and Bandar Chor Divas. From Dover to downtown, from Shaughnessy to Saddle Ridge, from Crescent Heights East to Mackenzie Town, from Tuscany to Pembroke Meadows, from every single corner of our great city, thank you, Calgary. Thank you, Mayor Gondek, for your service. And I look forward to the path that we are building together. Yes, sir. Well, first of all, Jeromy, I just want to call it, I think you are the real MVP of this election. The work that you and Sprawl Calgary did, hustling, bringing online forums in every single ward, the work that you did to follow all the Mayo forums and debates and panels, it was really yeoman's work. And I think Calgarians owe you specifically, as well as your team, an incredible debt of gratitude in terms of what you did to be able to drive greater voter turnout and voter participation. My message today is simple. I work for every single Calgarian. I've put forward a plan in terms of public safety, in terms of affordability, and I have to work alongside the council that is chosen by Calgarians. And I'm able to do that because I ran as an independent, not beholden to a specific political party. I'm committed to working with this new council to listen genuinely to Calgarians and ensure that for the next 4 years, they see their voices reflected in the decisions that we make.
You're out here as mayor-elect today. Your media release says mayor-elect. Have you received a concession call from Sonia Sharp acknowledging that you are in fact the mayor-elect, or do you expect a recount?
So I sat down this morning with Chief Administrative Officer David Duckworth. He's big in the process of transition for our team. So we have been designated the mayor-elect. We're continuing with that transition process, the onboarding just inside here, and we're looking forward to the official recognition of the results.
So the swearing in happens next week, but if there is a 72-hour window for a potential recount, that kind of conflicts with the swearing in. Has there been any change to that date pending a potential recount?
I'm not aware of any changes of the schedule that's been laid out. I want to also thank the elections workers. A lot of people have been working hard around the clock to be able to get us the results that we have today. They worked long into the night to be able to provide Calgarians the assurances that this election was properly run, and fully support the process playing out.
Jeromy, if these results do hold and you are indeed the mayor, what do the next several weeks and months look like for you as far as specific priorities that you look to move on first?
Well, as a candidate for office, we put on the table the most detailed platform ever in any municipal election in Canada. It spoke to mobility, it spoke to public safety, to affordability, to housing. And I'll be looking to that as the roadmap for the first 100 days. But on a practical level, our next mayor is not going to have to be just the quarterback. They're also going to have to be the coach, the mentor, the captain. So I'm very committed to working alongside this new city council to listen and learn from them in terms of what they heard in terms of the priorities of Calgarians. So while I have a very concrete and robust platform specifically around public safety and household affordability, I also want to be able to create this together with this new council.
Well, on that note, we could have upwards of 10 or 11 rookie councillors. You were once in their shoes. What did you learn in your first several months as a councillor that you hope to pass along to a very, very rookie councillor?
Well, I'm so grateful to be in this position because I feel like I can offer a lot to the incoming city councillors. All of these are incredible leaders in their own right. They are the best candidates chosen by Calgarians from every single ward, every single corner of the city. So I'm very committed as Calgary's next mayor to take their ideas and champion them, to be able to support them, provide the mentorship. Obviously, it's a lot like drinking out of the fire hose. There's a lot of folks who come from every single walk of life, every single corner of the city, every sort of different workplace profession. For me, I do believe I have an advantage coming into the mayor's office, having served previously as a city councillor. And I'm going to see a lot of my job in terms of helping make their job easier, in terms of making sure that they have their ideas put on the table, that they get a fair sounding, and that ultimately they succeed so that Calgarians succeed.
Calgary mayors have often had a fractious relationship with the Alberta government. What are you expecting?
Well, I've sought and received a mandate from Calgarians to partner with the provincial government when it's in the interests of Calgarians, but also to push back when it's not. And that's really the message that I have in terms of working collaboratively with both a Liberal Prime Minister and a Conservative Premier. My job as mayor is to report to Calgarians exclusively. My role is to advance the best interests of our city, and there's an incredible amount of areas of common ground that we've been able to identify in these early days with the provincial government, and also lean back in terms of my own experience having worked together with the provincial government as CEO out at Glenbow Ranch to save Glenbow Ranch and Haskayne Legacy Park from flooding. In that case, we asserted ourselves, we found a better solution for the province that ultimately ended up getting what they wanted, but also protecting the park. So that's my focus as Calgary's next mayor, is to work collaboratively with the provincial government to address the pressing issues of safety and affordability.
You're not concerned about standing up to them at the top?
Well, that our next mayor is going to have to be somebody who is able to push back or partner, depending on the circumstances. And for me, running as an independent, not with a political party, that allows me that latitude to actually look at the evidence, look at the issue, to determine how to approach that. Because at the end of the day, Calgary is Alberta's largest municipality. When Calgary succeeds, Alberta succeeds. And I know that is a message that the Premier hears loud and clear.
Jeromy, aside from the title change, how will your time here at Calgary City Council change from your time as a councillor?
Well, I'm so grateful to be back here in the first initial stages of the onboarding, reconnecting with many of the colleagues I had the opportunity to work alongside with as city councillor. Obviously, with a citywide mandate, you have the ability to be able to speak to a broader cross-section of issues. So for me, it was very important as a member of council to advocate for my constituents, to pick up the phone, to be engaged at the street level. And that's a commitment that I'm going to continue on as Calgary's next mayor, to be available to Calgarians, to listen, to learn from the community and the big challenges that we're facing. So, it's more complicated than just a job title change, but I'm so incredibly honored and grateful for the trust that Calgarians have placed in me. So I'm so grateful to have run in a very robust housing plan. Yes, it speaks to the need to repeal blanket rezoning. We're going to be starting the initial conversations about the mechanics of that with the incoming council, but it's very important to also focus on the replacement approach. It's so crucial as Calgary continues to grow to be a city of 2 million people that we still have the adequate housing, services, and infrastructure. So yes, we will be getting as soon as possible on the process to repeal blanket rezoning, but we can't stop there. We have to be working to restore certainty across the board, not just for homeowners, but also for renters, for the nonprofit community, for builders, as well as city administration, so that we can continue to build the housing that's required, but at an affordable price point.
Jeromy, you've commended Jody Dondick a lot in your last couple of speeches. However, where do you think she fell short in her term, and how will you avoid some of the political pitfalls that she fell into?
I wanted to recognize Mayor Gondek yesterday evening as a person, right? You often see politicians in the public light. You see them through the context of the decisions they make at City Council. Obviously, Calgarians have spoken in terms of the direction that they would like to see. They've spoken about the need for a new direction, a new path forward for a city. But it's very important for me to recognize the human being, right? For me, even prior to me 10 years ago having ran for city councillor, Mayor Gondek was not mayor at the time, but she was one of the people that I'd reached out to. And I felt that it was important to recognize her service, especially given her leadership happened at a particularly trying time coming out of 2021 during COVID. So again, I wish outgoing Mayor Gondek all of the best. I thank her for her leadership, and I'm thankful for the mandate that Calgarians have given me to be able to listen and act on safety and affordability.
Just the last couple days of the campaign and last night, what felt different in 2021?
Well, last night, looking out into the room, it was amazing. I saw folks who had supported me for the last 10 years. I saw coaches, I saw mentors. I saw people who were in the room with me when I lost in 2021. And I saw also a broad cross-section of Calgarians who were new to this coalition, new to this campaign. And that really filled my heart. I know that I'm at a point now that I wasn't 10 years ago in terms of being able to speak to a broad cross-section of Calgarians, to be able to work with both left and right, progressives and conservatives to get things done. And that's my commitment as Calgary's next mayor, is to leave the ideology at the door and to focus on the results, particularly around safety and affordability, and how we can continue to be the most welcoming city in Canada.
That's it, folks. We can wrap it up. First scrum outside City Hall.
Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for the trust that you've placed in me, Calgary.